Chapter 2. The Whispers of Heaven. Running. You try to catch your breath as your boots strike the wet dirt beneath your feet, the mud gripping the soles with every step, weighing you down more and more. The storm rages on, the torrential downpour assaulting you from above. The creek beside you floods, rising closer and closer to the footpath. From behind, the robotic stomps of your trusted Warforged companion, Rusty, attempt to keep pace. The two of you trudge through the mud. From your boots to your knees are painted brown. You throw your entire body into each step towards your goal of finding shelter. It would seem all hope would be lost, until off into the distance, you spot a glimmer, a slight glint of light. And then you see the silhouette of a town further down the road. The feeling of a soft in bed, your own room lit by candlelight, a full belly of warm food, and the distant strumming of a bard's lute. Oh, you are almost salivating at the thought. The yearning for peace invigorates you. All you have to do is make it there. What do you do? You and Rusty march your way down the path until you happen upon the town's walls. Numerous large pieces of stone appear to be scattered around the general area, sinking into the mud. Amidst the pile of rubble, a large rusted gate hangs loosely from its hinges. The gate squeaks as it's moved by the strong winds. It makes Rusty's own dilapidation seem minor by comparison. Standing at the gate, you try to make out the finer details of the town, or what's left of it. To your left appears to lead towards the center of town, with what buildings you can see cluster that way. But all have fallen into disrepair. From across the piles of rubble, you catch a glimpse of a figure standing in the storm, motionless. The darkness makes it difficult to see the finer details of their figure. You look to your right and catch a glimpse of a glittering light in an alley. It dances, yellow and shimmering, before disappearing around the corner, the same glittering light you saw before.
Sergeant, I recommend we find shelter immediately.
Rusty's robotic voice barely rises over the downpour. What do you do? You dash into the alleyway, chasing after the warm light. The back streets wind and turn on themselves, a labyrinth of ruins and remains. The rain showers on you from above, seeping down from the vines and moss that hang from the rooftops. The faster your stride, the further the light seems to get, until it stops. You march forward, ready for some answers, or at least some shelter. You turn the corner and see the origins of the light. Not a creature or a lantern, but a ball of pure yellow light. It's a wisp, the spirit of a fallen creature known to lead adventurers to their fate. The question is, destiny or death? It floats on the doorstep of the crumbling remains of an old church, as if it's waiting. To your left, you spot from the corner of your eye a figure standing in the storm, seemingly motionless. Ahead of you is the church and the Wisp. What do you do? You follow the Wisp into the ruins. Your steps echo through the large, circular stone room. The wisp darts around the inside like an orange cat at dawn, flying over the ruined benches and pews that litter the perimeter of the auditorium. And in the center of it all lies a stone basin. Looking closer, you spot a mural etched into the rim of the basin. It tells a story, one of an ancient people, a people that tamed dragons, that built cities in the skies, and drank from well springs of magic. As you finish reading the mural, you notice the wisp slowly falls into the basin. It radiates a bright yellow light before transforming into a glistening pool of water. At that moment, you taste the undeniable flavor of magic. What do you do? You scoop the sparkling water from the basin with both hands. You bring it close to your lips and slurp. The water brings a shiver down your spine as you make the drink drunk. Your fingers grow numb and your hands begin to shake. That shaking turns into an uncontrollable convulsing. Your heart feels like it's trying to leap from your chest, and your eyes burn. Your vision blurs. Your head aches. And you fall. Falling. The wind rushes through your hair as you plummet from the skies down to the ground below. The clouds overtake you in your free fall, as fragments of stone rush past you. The ground only grows larger. The sea of green, the white-tipped mountains, and the imperial cities built by the humans below. You close your eyes and brace for impact. You awake in a cold sweat, your heart thumping, breath shallow. You count your limbs and compose yourself.
Good morning, Sergeant. Are you feeling well?
You look up from the pew you're laying on, to Rusty sitting directly across from you.
The liquid you ingested is not poisoned according to my readings. Just to be safe, I performed medical measures.
Rusty stands up from the bench.
Your condition is stable, but you may want to rest often.
Sunlight beams down from the broken ceiling and shines upon your mechanical companion.
The storm has ceased. If you are physically able, we may continue our march. For the crown!
Rusty turns from the benches and stomps through the empty church, then waits for you at the doorway. You hoist yourself up from the pew, your heart still racing. You take one more glance at the spacious church room. The rainwater drips down from the walls and echoes throughout the entire building. You walk from the bench and out of the old church, meeting Rusty outside. You look around at the derelict buildings that surround you, and you suddenly know the names of every family that lived there. You stop in front of one particular building. The window shattered, the foundation crumbled, but the memories are very alive. The memories of jokes shared over drink, and the arcane secrets whispered amongst friends. None of these memories are of you, but all of them are undoubtedly yours. As you gaze into the window of the ruined tavern, you see your reflection in the old stained glass. Your figure with two sharp, pointy ears. You step back, aghast at your new form, until you notice Rusty still pressing on. You take one more glance at the stranger standing in your reflection, before running to catch up with Rusty. The two of you leave the city behind, taking a piece of it with you. You look up at Rusty and gesture towards the basin. Its lenses focus on you, and it stands there, almost as if it's trying to understand. Rusty's head tilts to the left. You gesture harder, nudging your head towards the basin. Rusty's head tilts to the other side. Your patience wanes, and you tell Rusty to drink it. The Warforged walks over to the basin full of wisp water, scoops it with one hand, unlocks the hinges in its jaw, then pours the water into its mouth. The liquid runs down its internal systems, splashing past the powered core, the rusted frame, and the armored plates, before falling onto the floor. Some time passes, and the liquid seems to lose its shimmer. You look up at Rusty, and Rusty looks down at you. The lenses unfocus, and the Warforged shrugs. Huh. Well, can't help it now. You and Rusty pick out a spot in the large room to rest, and you wait out the storm. You step through the puddles rising from the cobbled stone path. Your arm shelters your brow as you brave the storm, drawing closer and closer to the figure. You attempt to shout out to get their attention, but your voice is overtaken by the sound of falling rain. Until you see it fully. A sculpture? The figure, masterfully carved out of stone, stands there motionless. Their resemblance to a human is almost uncanny, except for two very long, pointy ears. You've never seen anything like this. Why this is here in a deserted town, and what it means, can only be known by the sculptor. To your left, the sound of a banging door draws your attention. A house still mostly intact. The windowsill garden has become overgrown with vines that sag down to the ground. The window itself is shattered. The cracks in the foundation below implies that the break happened many years ago from a much larger impact. The door swings wide open again. To your right, that same glittering yellow light can be seen from an alleyway, like it's watching. What do you do? The rain taps on the rooftop, dancing down the shingles. A cool wind blows from the outside, which spurs the old window curtains to rise. Light from the outside illuminates the ground, which is littered with broken glass and the fragments of a dinner table that lays splintered on the floor. Rusty walks in after you, stepping on the glass and surveying the inside.
Sergeant, I sense the presence of two beings in this room with us. I do not see any life forms, however. Please be on alert.
As Rusty turns, the blue light emanating from its lenses reveals a painting in the corner, one of the setting sun. Towards the back of the living room, there are two doors. The one to your left leads into the kitchen. From what you can see, various cookware lay strewn about on the floor. To your right, you catch a glimpse of an old bed through the doorway. What do you do? The door creaks as you slowly push it open. The old painted walls are faded colors of blue and white. Small red drawings of flying beasts have faded into the stone. To the right of the doorway, you see another peculiar sculpture, like the one outside. This one is of a larger person. Their elongated stone ear has broken off into shards. In their arms is a smaller figure, their head being clutched closely to the parent's chest. As you stare at these remains, you realize that these were people once. People who tended to gardens. A family that laughed at the dinner table. Who painted pictures of the setting sun. But all of that is gone now. Whittled away to nothing more but the whispers of heaven. Sunlight shines in from a hole in the roof, a beam of solace which bears down and rests on the remains of the two petrified figures, capturing their expressions of bliss, pure contentment. These people, captured in their final moments, the moments of the end, and the moments in life, were shared. You feel the sense that they were at peace.
Sergeant, it has appeared that the rain has stopped. We may begin our march once you are ready.
Rusty's voice calls out. You step back from the remains and shamble into the living room. Your eyes meet Rusty's blue lenses, which radiate in the dark. You give it a small nod and walk from the building into the town square. The sun peeks out from the dark clouds, and the humid air is almost overbearing. With the rainwater flowing down the cobbled streets, you look around the town proper and see dozens of stone figures. You and Rusty turn towards the dilapidated town gates. The two of you leave the city behind, taking a piece of it with you. Your feet kick the kitchenware across the spacious room. You notice drawings mark the bottom half of the stone walls, faded, but still legible. Two figures, holding hands and smiling, jumping up and down what appears to be a cloud. A taller figure, sheltering the smaller one from the rain, wielding a blue shield. You can tell that these were drawn by a child who has not been around for a long time. But the memories are still etched in stone. A dream that has lingered for far longer than its dreamer. A flash of blue light suddenly catches your eye. Laying on the countertop is a glowing stone. It pulsates blue, not unlike Rusty's own powered core. Examining it closer, you're unable to determine its purpose. But maybe Rusty could. What do? You head into the living room, the wind hissing through the window at your arrival. You walk over to Rusty and show it the blue stone. It tilts its head to the side before raising its arm. Keeping its fist leveled and steady, Rusty drops the stone into its hand. The rock flashes for a second, before bursting into a large, circular blue shield. Rusty looks at you and lifts the shield over its head. With the shield's size, the both of you could fit underneath. You look at one another before deciding to continue forth with Rusty's new upgrade. The two of you leave the city behind, taking a piece of it with you. You stand in the old living room. The dining table lays broken in the center, as Rusty is still inspecting the room. What do? sitting around a fire with strangers, raising a tankard of ale to the joyous occasion, sharing stories of daring adventures and villains slain. Your fantasy is shattered by the sound of a robotic voice calling out from behind.
I require a mechanic.
Rusty's automatic sound clip rings out through the storm. You turn to find your robotic companion has its foot stuck in the mud. You run back to help, kneeling down into the mud. You pull and pull! The joint in Rusty's knee snaps, and the leg comes loose. You lose your balance and fall backwards. Your head strikes the ground with a wet stomp. As you look up from the mud, you see Rusty attempting to stand up straight with only one leg. It hops and maintains its balance for an impressive amount of time before joining you in the mud, thanks to the help of your friend, Gravity. The rain droplets assault your face as you look up at the dark, stormy skies. Exertion and exhaustion get the better of you. Your vision blurs, and you fall asleep. Y'all alright? Hey, stranger. You okay? You okay down there? Y'all ain't dead, are you? You awake to the sun beaming down on your face. The clear blue sky soaring above. Your back is submerged in dirt, and you look up at the farmer, gazing down at you from atop their wagon. You raise your hand up to him and give him a feeble thumbs up. Well, you don't look dead. Seeing as I don't gotta move you, do y'all need a ride? I'm heading into town here, and you and your... The farmer paces off as he looks at your mechanical companion, still squirming on the ground. Friend, look like y'all could use some help, if you don't mind me saying. Rusty pushes itself up from the mud.
We must decline your offer, citizen. Soldiers of the Empire require no such assistance.
Rusty begins to tilt forward.
Please, move along.
The Warforged then splats face first into the mud below.
I require a mechanic.
Right. The farmer looks back at you. Least y'all could do is get out of my way. There appears to be more than enough space on the wagon for the both of you, and carrying Rusty into the next town for repairs could easily take another day, even 2. What do you do? Well, all right. Just hop in the back and we'll be on our way. You get to your feet. Most of your outfit has hardened, thanks to the crusted mud that has all but engulfed your being. You flick off what you can, then walk over to Rusty, still face down in the dirt, with its severed leg still sticking out from the ground. You squat down, grab Rusty by the spine, and with a 1, 2, 3... Rusty is flung from the mud into the back of the wagon. Its leg follows shortly after. You climb on board and attempt to get comfortable amongst the piles of produce and traveling supplies. Name's Artie, by the way, in case you were wondering. We're headed for Louisville. Should only be a few more hours, so y'all get comfy. Farmer Artie flicks the bridles on the wagon, and the horses begin moving down the path. You admire the rolling hills and the gleaming sunshine. Peeking out from the hills, you notice stone remains of a familiar silhouette. The town you saw last night, watching you right off into the horizon. The 3 of you leave the city behind and continue on your journey. Well, all right. Suit yourself. You get to your feet. Most of your outfit has hardened, thanks to the crusted mud that has all but engulfed your being. You flick off what you can. Nearest town's Louisville, about half a day's walk from here. You give the farmer an okay hand sign as you squat down to Rusty, resting your hands beneath its mud-covered bicep, and you rise, flipping the Warforged like a wooden table off of the pathway and into the grass below. Well, I wish you gentlemen the best of luck. The farmer flicks the bridles, and the horses begin moving down the path. You catch your breath and fall back into the grass below. The green blades dig into your neck, but feel as soft as a blanket compared to your mud-covered tunic. You close your eyes and embrace the summer air. The two of you rest before continuing your journey.